Puzzle Rush today. We're gonna have 3 different people seeking answers. Me, Rishabh.
Me, Krish.
And we were.
So this puzzle is pretty simple, but I know you Betus would miss this every single time. Ricky check. And checkmate.
This puzzle, again, it's not that hard. Just checkmate.
This puzzle is also not that hard. Back rank, checkmate. Easy. And then if they take a knight, you just take back with the rook.
So this puzzle, again, it's pretty easy, but I don't know even your dog could get this right.
This puzzle, there's so many back ranks, so just here.
Just like free checkmate right here. Like no.
This is the kind of thing you play when you're drunk.
This is also just like your opponent's blind in an eye. So.
Yeah, your opponent is like so dumb he can't even see this.
This is the kind of thing that you use which makes your opponent want to retire chess.
And by the way, guys, when we get to 20 puzzles, we'll be like explaining the puzzles a little more in depth.
This one is pretty easy. It's just queen here, and then we have that.
This puzzle is a little bit harder than the other ones, but this will still make you join a retirement home.
Alright, this puzzle, you guys can actually try to solve any of these, but this is just queen g5 and checkmate. This is just, sorry about that, this is just queen g5 and checkmate.
Okay, pretty simple. Just queen check on f7, then queen f8 back rank, rook takes it.
Yeah, so if you want to solve any of these puzzles, just pause your video. And if you thought any were kind of a little bit tricky, comment down below. So this one just wins a piece.
This one, it looks hard at first, but it's just checkmate.
So this...
Okay, so this one's pretty easy. We just get a fork after we take, and then we just take.
So this one's pretty sophisticated though. That one was actually a little bit harder than the rest. So this one, again, back to the stuff that makes you want to retire.
Oh, it's this one. Again, another checkmate.
This one, this is a really important scenario, especially with two.
And now, as you guys realize, we're also at 20 puzzles, so
yes,
we'll be talking about it.
So this puzzle, again, isn't very tricky, but when you look at your opponent, what you want to look is for their weaknesses, and we can see that right here in this position, their back rank is very weak, and we can just capitalize quickly off of rook e8 check.
Alright, this one you actually so you see your queen's under attack right now. So your first instinct is that you want to move your queen here or here, but this bishop spin and this queen can't go here or here. It can only go here. So this knight here just controls that and that square.
So you can see that the king and the queen are in the same file, and that always amplifies for a skewer. So right now you can just go queen d8 and pick up a free queen.
So this puzzle is pretty straightforward, and we can just go to f7. But then if we go to f2, my fault. But if you go to f2, we have to actually calculate what our opponents can do. So if they go king d3, we still have to look for checks. This check loses the queen, but this check, on the other hand, delivers checkmate.
This puzzle, this is just a free piece. So actually, you can just take this and now we have to calculate. So knight takes d5. If they take, you just take. And knight takes d5. If they take the bishop, you can take with the knight. So it just takes and takes.
Okay, so here we see that the king is pretty isolated. So, and we have queen attacking his pawn. So we go knight d6. If the king moves, then we just pick up checkmate. Queen takes f7.
So this puzzle is a little bit hard, but we can use a pretty common mating motif using the check, check, capture, and attack rule. But if we take this queen, we will get mated. So that's he's trying to be sneaky. But now we have queen c4 check, and now knight f7 check.
This is also called the smothered mate.
Yeah, smother mate.
Alright, so this puzzle, this is also just winning a piece here. So the first thing we're gonna see is, well, we're being attacked like this and like this. So we probably just want to get rid of this knight. And now we can see that since this queen is like, this knight, we can like take this knight actually. Because our queen's like defended.
So you win actually 2 pieces.
No,
Alright, so this position is actually pretty challenging, but with just a little bit of calculation, we can see bishop g2 check and rook e1, along with rook h1 checkmate.
so this puzzle, it's kind of tricky, but it's also kind of easy when you see what it is. So it's actually just queen f7, and now we have to like this move is sort of hard, but it's you can actually sacrifice the rook because they can't take, they can't go here, they can't go here, they like can't go anywhere. They have to take and then it's checkmate. And the same thing would happen if they blocked with the queen.
Yes, bro,
Well,
we're cooking.
There's actually yeah, it's this. And by the way, guys, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes.
That helps a lot. Okay, so this one's pretty easy. You can see the king can go anywhere here. And this file is, if you take this pawn, this is basically checkmate because the pawn is going that square.
I know you Betus are missing this in your game.
Like,
this
this
is
is
why you
what-
have to like and
Yeah.
follow. This is why
Yeah.
you have to like and
Yeah,
follow.
this will motivate.
We are better than Gotham Chess. Stop watching that nerd.
This will motivate us to make more videos, and then we'll make you a better chess player within 2 weeks.
So this one's a pretty simple puzzle. You can see the king has a bad back rank, and this square is being covered by the queen and the pawn. So this is pretty simple.
So this puzzle, we just like have to see what's kind of going on here. So we're down a piece, right, and a pawn.
No.
Yeah, we're down a piece only. My bad. And we want to win that piece back, right? So we're just gonna go give this.
Oh, sorry for my dumb friend, bro. That's how you guys play. So that's our first mistake. We only have a couple left.
Wait,
So
what was that? What was that?
it's fine. We can look at it later. So this one we can just use the open H file and just take this pawn. Now we just take, and this is easy win.
That was my bad, guys.
Yeah. Krish is selling.
Oh shit.
Okay, so now we see that this pawn is paired with the queen. So we go knight takes because this is just a free pawn. A lot of things can happen from now. If they go king here, now we just have checkmate.
So this is Krish's redemption puzzle.
Yeah. Alright. So this puzzle, we have a lot of checks, right? This check, which you noobs would play, or you Betus, because they can just like take. And there are a few other checks, of course. There's this check and this check. So now we have to decide like which one to play. And if you give this check, king e2, and there's nothing like really to do, because if you go here, you can't like play. Well, then there's like checkmate, but they can just go here. So instead, we're gonna go here, so that they can only go here, and then it's checkmate.
Krish got his redemption. So this puzzle, the queen takes. Now the first thing I notice is this open file, and so now losing checks, captures, attacks. There's a couple checks that we can give, but after we give those checks, the king can just run. So that's why we give. That's why we give this check that attacks the king, and the king has not very many squares to go to. And now this is a kind of a hard move, but now we can take this pawn because where our bishop would like to go is to b4 and checkmate. So we can take this bishop and then give this check, which allows checkmate.
Alright. So this puzzle, well, this knight's guarded, this pawn's guarded, and this pawn's guarded. So there's nothing much to do, except this king and queen are on the same line, which means we can probably skewer it. So I mean, yeah, pin it. Yeah,
Chris is forgetting his tactics today.
and then, well, chess.com is just like giving me this like here, here, and here. I don't actually like. You can play anything. No, I would just play like this in the game. Well, King F8's also a move, but I guess here you could just take this pawn. But I guess King F8 is probably the best option here. And okay, so castles, then, well, yeah. And as you can see, our queen's kind of trapped here, but we're also attacking this, and we're also attacking this. So can we make use of that? Yeah, because like when we take this knight, they have to take, and then we take this bishop. That's also checked. So it takes.
Okay, this one's pretty simple. This queen is going here, and the king has limited room, but we can see this check right here is easy. But oh, our king is a check. I forgot that. Okay, so we have to guard this. If we go here, they have here, which can lead to repetition. I don't know. This is probably no, that's not safe. This is probably our safest option because after here, then we can just go king c1. No, king b.
No wait.
King b1 and
Here.
Now we're gonna actually have to start working a little
Yeah,
bit
this
hard.
is hard because now we're at puzzle 38.
So now go bishop d2.
So let's analyze all of our options carefully. So if we go king b3,
There's c4 check, and then we have to play here, and then we're actually checkmate.
yeah, and if we go to b1, it's pretty simple. Just queen f5 check.
Checkmate.
So checkmate, yeah. So we can either block with the bishop, go to d3, or go to d1. Those are our only real candidates. So if we go to d3,
There's c4 checkmate.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, c4 check.
But there's knight c4, but
Yeah,
just
so
don't get
bad,
into that. Just don't get into that.
so it's between king d1 and bishop b2.
King d1 is very risky because
Yeah, king
King D-
d1 you make no progress because there's just queen f1
and
check.
queen f1 also defends the rook.
So now we have to go bishop d2.
Yeah, so that was our only option, and now
We
we're
can
probably
just-
just gonna take the rook.
And now queen f5.
So
So
now we can go king.
we don't want to go king here because
Okay. Yeah. Because now we can go king a2.
yeah, now we can
Yeah.
go here because we can move our king to a3.
And the queen can go c.
So this one is a pretty simple one, and we can just go queen to e8 check and take back with the rook. So now we're at 40. So this is where it gets a little bit tough because as we
Alright.
said, our goal is 51.
Yeah. What? Our goal is 50. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Our goal is 50. Well, sort of. Yeah. So here, okay. So this one was not as hard as the last one, but let's still just look at it because they might be trying to trick us even though they aren't. So, okay. So here, our only checks are queen a1 and queen b1. Probably not queen a1 because then that's just, we just lose our queen. And we also have a rook f1, but we're just giving up a free.
That's what you guys would play.
Yeah, that's why you have to learn from us and like and follow and share and subscribe.
And
Yeah.
comment which puzzles you thought were hard.
Yeah, and comment if we should change our board because this is too goofy up. Alright. So, anyways, the answers here. Then just take. Okay.
Okay, so this puzzle is pretty straightforward because we can utilize the pin and use our checks, captures, and attacks. And now we see that this check probably doesn't work actually because after the king moves here, we don't have any way to make progress. Actually, we should think about this a little bit further.
Yeah.
So if we go rook c1 check, the king goes back to d2, then what are our options? So, if we go rook c1, that's our only check. So, let's play it.
Okay.
And now,
And now this is what you guys would play. You guys would play queen c2 check, thinking it's checkmate, but then your opponent says hawk down.
and then you lose your queen. So, let's not do that. But instead, we can use rook c2 and take this knight, delivering checkmate.
Well, let's look at this puzzle. So as we can see, we're down a lot of stuff, right? It doesn't look that good. So here, So here, let's start by looking at our candidate moves. Our candidate moves are checks, captures, and attacks. And here we can actually think about our captures because, alright, let's look at our checks. So we have takes and we have takes, right? So our first one, we don't want to give up a queen, so we're not gonna do that. Our second one is here, but that just gives up a rook, and there is takes, but then the king just runs, so that's not that good. But now we have no checks. Okay, so we're gonna start looking at our captures now. Now this is a new thing, so feel free to try to see some of these.
Yeah. So pause your video if you need more time. But the solution here is queen takes d5.
Yeah. Because that's just a free pawn, and
That's a rook.
yeah.
So here, so chess.com's trying to be tricky and try to trap our queen.
Yeah, because it does look like at first glance our queen's trapped, right?
But we actually have the move queen to c8, and our queen has escaped.
Okay, so now we can see that this pawn is pinned and this diagonal. So what we can do is just take this. This is just free.
But we also have to still we still have to calculate.
If they
That's our
take-
rule. We have to
yes.
calculate.
So if they take, then we go queen here. If they go king h8,
That's
then
just
we
forced.
go queen back.
No. We
Yeah.
take
King
this.
here.
That's what you guys would play. This is why you guys actually have to subscribe.
Okay,
Yes, bro.
and then come back. Okay, yeah.
So in this position, we located our candidate move. Rook takes g6. But here's a tip. You should never play the move until you're fully sure that it works.
Yeah,
So
because our friend Varin thought you should go back, right?
yeah, but that's why you have to calculate. Because if we go back in that position, so after takes, if we go back to h6, then the knight can just come back to h7 and block checkmate. So when we go rook takes g6, we have to calculate that in the end we can take this knight and then give this check and then checkmate on the g file.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. So this next puzzle, again, candidate moves, right? So wait, what? Alright, so what's your candidate move? So the first thing we think of, bishop takes f2. It's close to the king. It's check. Oh, yeah, we're also in check. That was my bad. So okay, so we have three options right now. Here, and here, and here. Probably not this, cause you can just take, and that's pretty bad. You can go here. Well, we'll come back to that. Let's look at king h7 first. So king h7. Let's say
Bishop d3 check.
bishop d3, yeah. But then king h8.
And then queen g6.
Yeah, and then you're done for. Yeah, you're doomed. So it's probably king h8. Okay, d4. Let's see.
Now we can calculate.
Yeah, now again.
So actually, when you look at this position, we can actually see that we're up in exchange.
Yeah, and you also see that it had this here. It has back rank problems, but the bishop can block, right? So if we play rook e8, that looks good, but the queen just moves somewhere, and no. If we go here and the queen takes, that's what you guys would play, and you guys need to subscribe so that you guys can get better. Because if you take, we take, they take, and this is checkmate. But if we go here and then they play queen g4, check, and then bishop f1 block. But then we take the c1 bishop.
So yeah, so what Krish is talking about is if he goes queen g4, we can deliver this check, the bishop blocks, and then we take the
this
free bishop.
Yeah,
So then
they
just
just
take that.
sacked.
Okay, so this puzzle is a little bit complicated because this one requires some calculation. Yeah, so this one requires a little bit more calculation because there's actually a lot of candidate moves in this position. There's two, actually, there's not a lot. There's two candidate moves.
3 but we don't count that.
So we have queen to d7 and queen to c8 as candidate moves. So if we go queen to c8, the king can take, and this is checkmate. If we go here, there's nothing to do. So it's by rule. It's this one. So this puzzle is pretty This one's pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's not like complicated, but it's hard.
So this is why we're gonna take a little bit of time
Yeah,
to think
so-
through this one.
Let's look at our candidate moves again. Well, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, just take this, right? But here, here,
Is there
here,
any way we can get
and the
rook?
most you can get is a draw there, right? You don't really get much there.
Because they're always threatening checkmate here on
Is
G7.
there any way we can get rook?
Yeah. So, and now let's look at more checks. There are no more checks, right? The only other check is this, and I don't want to play that. So,
So after you take the rook on G1, king can take, and you're looking to find the rook. You're looking to get the rook on E7 by giving a check on D6. So where you go is queen E1. They have to go king H2. Wait, then you go then you go queen E5. And if they go king G1,
that doesn't work actually.
right here. Then you go queen D4.
Wait. Actually, wait. So, after takes, Vern's actually right. You want to get this rook, but not by playing queen e1 first. We're actually going to play queen d4 checking the king, so that if they go here, we're going to give this check. But if they just go up right away, then we go here, and that's actually a fork. So basically, wait, that's our solution. Takes, check, here,
And we win that rook.
yeah.
So this one's pretty hard. So now we're closing in on 50.
Yeah. Okay. So we're. Yeah. Okay. So this one also looks pretty complicated, but again, candidate moves is pretty good to look at. So okay, let's see. So so checks. We have queen a4 checks, right? Yeah. But queen a4 check is met with b5. Now, this is actually really hard to find, and you guys wouldn't find it unless you subscribe. So
Subscribe to Be Like Madness Carlson.
yeah,
I don't know.
don't subscribe to like Gotham Chess or you'll like drop a bunch of evil. That's just like entertainment. Alright, so queen a4 check. There's b5 actually, and after takes it should there's queen d7, but then you can.
So actually, Queen A4 gets into a lot of messy stuff because they have all sorts of different ways to respond, but the easiest way is to just take on C4 first and then play Queen A4 check. Okay, so this puzzle,
It's
Is-
really hard.
this one's pretty hard. So we're actually going to take a little bit to try to explain this.
So okay, so the first thing candidate moves, of course.
Rook D5 and Bishop D5. So those are kind of like the focal points.
It's rook d4. Okay. Yeah, bishop takes d4 is not that good because then just like take.
Then yeah, if we go Bishop takes D4, then they just go here, and that's pretty bad. But if we can go Rook takes D4,
Remember to calculate.
yeah, so we have to calculate Rook D4. They're probably gonna go King C3, and then you can go Rook to C1,
Rook c8.
Rook C8 check, my fault. And then if they go to B3,
Then rook d3 check.
Rook D3 check. The king, if they go here, then we can give this check.
No, bishop d4.
Oh, no, yeah, then we can give Bishop D4, and then we would win this.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, we.
But there's only one way to start this puzzle. Rook takes D4.
Yeah. So let's just play it.
Now rook c.
Well, that's actually the mindset you should not have over the board because if your opponent has something
Yeah.
good, you're doomed. So
Yeah,
don't.
there was too many arrows.
Don't think. We just did that because.
Oh, so here we can go Rook C8 check. That's the only other option. Now we can give this check, Rook B4.
Well,
So
then there's king a3.
So actually, there's two moves here: Rook to D3 and Rook to B4. So we have to calculate which one would be the better option. So if we go Rook D3 check, they go King A2. Then what we can play?
And then we're doomed.
Yeah.
Well, we're not doomed, but like we don't have anything that good.
Rook c2 leads to king e8.
Yeah. So basically, here check, king b1, our rook's under attack. There's rook e8, nothing much. Yeah. So instead, we would play this because this the king's also cut off. So the king has to become like kind of passive. It has to go to like one of these squares. So so let's just say like check. Let's start off with king a3, right? Because that's probably what most people would play. And then rook c3 check, king a2, and then actually check here and bishop c5.
Which is checkmate.
Well, it's not checkmate, but you're about to do a discovery here, and that's gonna be fatal.
So let's just try rook b4. Okay, so chess.com probably should have made this play that out because that's you do never want to go for these. So this is a pretty
Well,
Pretty mental.
we can do it.
this one's a pretty mentally solvable one. So what we think about is that we want to take this with check.
Wait, let's look at candidate moves first, okay? Like, that's what you guys always should be doing. Like, see, that's already like you've probably never learned that. Like, that's why you should follow us. Alright,
And subscribe.
yeah.
So here this one's pretty simple. Rook takes g1. Rook takes g1. Queen takes d3 check. And now we can take this one. And now that's checkmate. So that's good. So now we're at 50. But our goal is to hit 60.
And by the way, guys, we're actually recording this at a party, so sorry about any background noise you hear. Alright.
So this puzzle is actually a really hard endgame puzzle. These are one of the hardest ones to do.
Yeah, but again, let's look at candidate moves first. But for endgames, candidate moves aren't that good, but let's still look at them because they're still good. So, rook d1 check, right? King c8, let's say, b6. Well, that's not that good.
So actually, guys, this will be our last puzzle, and then we'll release part 2 after we solve this one.
Yeah, we'll release part 2 in like a few days.
So this puzzle, we should just start with b6. I'm selling.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's just like not Sigma, bro. If you wanna be Sigma, make sure to subscribe.
yes.
Okay, we'll finish the day off with the one more puzzle.
Yeah, we can and
Oh, no, this is-
But by the way, guys, that was a 2700 puzzle, and we're only like around 2000.
Yeah, so queen h2 check and queen h1 should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's good.
And thank you guys so much for watching. And subscribe if you want to be like
Yeah,
Magnus Carlsen.
make sure you subscribe and please tell us if we can like make any improvements or especially change my friend's wallpaper because it's actually goofy. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank